Okay, how are we starting this thing?
Dinosaur.
Well, here we are again, the
Ready?
4 barely Irish assholes, or actually,
I'm
we
not
have
even
some.
Irish. I'm Scottish.
Well, good for
That's
you.
why you're barely.
I mean,
Technically, like
I'm-
the one
am I Irish?
truly Irish.
Yeah,
part of
I'm
us
kinda
has
Irish.
been out for the second week in a row.
unless
Yeah,
if you
there's no
count.
ginger.
He is very busy. And
very AWOL.
Jack will
We don't
be
wanna
here
trouble him.
eventually. He
Like,
will,
I texted him, and I'm
He-
hoping like next week he shows up. But it's just disappointing to me that he just.
Jack
has
has
a
been-
lot going on.
He
It's
has
the
a
end of the
ridiculously
semester.
busy schedule. I get that. But
He's
Jack,
been
we
lost
miss
in
you.
The, he's been
Jack,
lost
Hope
in
you're
the,
doing well.
Jack,
Hope
come
choir's
back to
going
us.
well.
He's been
Come
lost
back.
in either the Speed Force or the Phantom Zone. Either way, we're gonna get him back.
Anyway, so dinosaurs, and I guess now we just cut, right?
I thought we were gonna sing the Jurassic.
what's the whole
no.
Jurassic World thing?
I don't know.
Oh, the trailer's dropping tonight. In
Oh,
probably
fuck.
about
Well,
Yeah.
I
a
haven't
half
seen
hour.
it, so can't really comment on it.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not
did
out
you
yet.
see any of the previews for the? Like, there's released a lot of
Truth be told, I don't
teaser
really
trailers.
Give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the first Jurassic World just disappointed me. You know.
That's because it lived on nostalgia.
Duh.
Exactly. Kind of the same reason people hate Force Awakens.
Because Force Awakens was a reboot of, was a copy of every other first in their
Well,
sequel.
it's
their
basically
trilogy.
New Hope, but on a bigger scale. Which
It's a
again,
familiar
I
Hope.
like to think of it as a reimagining. We've discussed that in the past, and I'm fine with Force Awakens.
It's a-
Jurassic World just bored the crap out of me. And maybe it's because I don't have the same sentimentality attached to Jurassic Park that I have to Star Wars.
Did you ever read the book?
What, Jurassic Park?
I've
Yeah.
come to
talk with
Read it. There's a lot more blood and violence and a lot more complicated theories.
really long intro that we didn't need. So I'm gonna say Q 8-bit intro. It's getting late. It's getting close to midnight. Close
To the
to
Twilight
the
Zone?
midnight.
They definitely don't get the reference, but
On the clock.
so
The doomsday
she's on
clock.
So I
Clock?
was in New York actually the week after Thanksgiving. I was at Midtown Comics. I bought the first issue of Doomsday Clock, written by Jeff Johns, who of course chief creative officer for DC. Now I think currently in charge of DC Films too. But
He does a lot.
Ruining
so I will
everything?
say he's one of the few like writers DC has that I like legitimately respect. And I will say I read Doomsday Clock, absolutely loved it. It takes off, I think, 6 years after the events of Watchmen, and
It's when did Watchmen leave off? Because this
one it was 86.
one takes place in '94,
It was the mid to late 80s.
right? This one's '94.
This one's
Is
90s.
Ronald Reagan still
92?
president?
Wait, taking place
The
in
time frame really...
1992?
Yeah, Nixon's
Yeah.
still president, I think.
In the DC Comics in Rebirth.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and,
this Doomsday Clock one picks up in the Watchmen universe
Oh.
after the events that ended in the Watchmen graphic novel.
And
So
wait,
this is '92. You know, Soviet Union is still there.
Okay.
Didn't
and
collapse.
Nixon is still president?
Yeah, well, so
No,
in
did-
the Watchmen universe,
didn't it
term
say,
limits
um,
never came to be because I guess which president instituted
Didn't it say
term limits?
Redford? Who's Redford?
Robert Redford?
So, no, Redford wasn't he the president?
Ronald Reagan?
I didn't read too deeply into it. I guess it wasn't Nixon anymore, but the
No,
point-
it says Redford.
Isn't Ronald
Who
Reagan
knows
like
who
what
that
didn't
is.
he?
Well, the point is,
president after?
I guess he
so
never got
yeah,
underlined.
Nixon
Well,
was the president.
Robert Redford played the guy who turned out to be Hydra in Captain America:
Yeah. he's
Winter
a-
Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh, so that's what? No, that's not what they're referencing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some
I mean,
Robert Redford thing.
Doesn't the
or
dude,
something.
didn't the dude who
the-
write Watchmen?
So the
worship
Watchmen
like a
universe is
snake
set in
god?
1992, but the DC universe is
Well,
in present day.
I mean,
They're gonna be
again. There has
tied in
not been
somehow.
any interaction
So
as far
I-
as the first Doomsday Clock has gone with between the Watchmen universe and the main DC continuity.
Maybe we
but,
should give a brief summary of what happened. Okay, so we pick up in the universe, rioting and chaos all over the streets because they have found out that the whole alien thing was a lie. The thing that brought
Well-
the world together was a huge lie.
Well, I'm guessing that wasn't the only factor that led to the riots. I'm guessing like societal collapse was, and I feel like that's what they were hinting at in the beginning of Watchmen. The whole reason Adrian Veidt planned that whole alien squid thing was because You know,
Yeah.
he wanted to create a common enemy. He wanted there to be unity.
And
among
apparently
the
he had a
masses.
huge hand
Yeah,
in
if they
rebuilding
found out,
everything.
Whereas
didn't
if
that
you
make
watch
the
the
whole-
Zack Snyder film, it's
It's
Dr.
Dr. Manhattan,
Yeah.
going on, which again makes perfect sense
More realistic
and
and
logically
understanding.
makes a lot more sense
Well,
from
neither
a
are
storytelling
really that
standpoint.
realistic.
That being said,
Batman at the end of
Alan
Dark
Moore, I
Knight.
think, told a really compelling story. It's still one of my favorite graphic novels to date.
He took all the blame for Harvey's.
All right.
So,
Oh yeah.
basically, Rorschach's journal got published at some point,
Yes.
and
His
we
notes
know
are-
Oh yeah.
everyone found out that Ozymandias made up the whole alien thing.
There was a
and
trial or
basically
something.
killed like 3 million people in the process. So,
Well, are the other two?
Here's the big reveal. Rorschach is back.
But a girl.
no, he's
No.
a black dude.
Ah,
You don't
ruined
know
it.
with today's
Well,
comic.
Look, it's pretty obvious. I mean, again, unless you're reading it, you're going to figure out pretty quickly that Rorschach isn't Rorschach, or that Rorschach is Rorschach, but he's a different
It's-
version of Rorschach.
It's like
Some-
when you
someone else
find
takes
out
some
if
of it.
Thor is not Thor, or
Well,
Captain
Superman's-
America is not actually
it's-
Captain America.
Well, this is
During
like
that,
the
that's
comics.
it's like that
Batman
Superman
has
story.
someone-
Connor
uh,
Hawk being Green Arrow.
Wait, it's like that
Yeah.
Superman story where like didn't like a bunch of people trying to replace Superman
You
after
mean
he died.
Superman Doomsday?
Reign of the Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Superman Doomsday too, and when Lex made the other.
Or any
Superman.
Batman iteration where
And then
You
Superman
mean the
came back.
animated thing?
Damian Wayne's
I
taken
guess,
over
yeah.
the role.
Did that not happen in the comics?
No.
Well, the fact is, it's
That
a
is-
pretty
that
common
was new.
trope in comics for someone to replace someone else.
Yeah,
in
like
Yeah.
their
Wally West replaced Barry Allen.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's
So
like that.
There's a well-established precedent in comics for this. I'm not surprised that they found someone else to replace Rorschach. We don't know who is beneath the Rorschach mask, just that it's some
Yeah.
guy with a black hand.
Some guy with issues
Who actually
and a proclivity to
sounds
violence.
exactly like Rorschach.
Yeah.
And his actions would not.
Yeah,
How does he
the
sound like
narration's-
Rorschach? He's
Just
the writing.
The
Oh, okay.
narration, the way he's written, it's almost like you would think it's Rorschach.
The way he
the
comments
original
on
Rorschach.
things. Like he describes this
Word-
story. He's like,
it's narrated the exact same
So,
way as
do
the
we have
Watchmen
any
graphic
explanation as
novel.
to how Rorschach's mask ever worked?
No,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
don't,
how
don't
did-
think about
How
Does
it.
it
does
do
it
it
work?
still in this one? Like in
it's Manhattan magic.
oh.
I don't
well,
know.
Is in this Rorschach's mask still moving?
I feel like there's been like geeks online who have tried to
Uh,
explain that, and
I don't know. I didn't really
Yeah.
notice.
new comedian yet or no?
No,
we haven't
no,
seen
still
the
dead.
comedian yet. As far
Night
as we
Owl
know,
missing.
both Owlman and Silk Spectre retired and ran away somewhere. Dr. Manhattan left that universe to find something less complicated, or I think that was the movie explanation.
And-
I feel like we know he went on to create the main DC continuity.
So we
Rebirth.
know so far, Ozymandias and the new Rorschach recruit this guy called the Mime.
The mime, yeah.
Yeah, the Mime, and somehow he says we have to find Dr. Manhattan and bring him back to stop the end of the world. And the last thing we see is Superman waking up to a nightmare of his parents dying, and he just looks out the window or something, and then the comic ends.
So Superman has been in DC Rebirth to this point.
Oh,
correct?
and then he comments.
Wait, is
I
it
don't think
the,
I've ever had a
is
nightmare.
it the pre-52 Superman still, or did the new 52 one come
I'm
back?
guessing.
Oh.
The new
I'm
52 one is dead.
Yeah, I just wanted
I
to
think.
ask. Yeah,
Well,
he did die.
I'm guessing
and then
they're just
Crypto
considering
and-
this a new Superman. This is the Rebirth Superman. There's probably
No,
some-
Rebirth Superman. The Rebirth didn't. No one is. There's no hard reset. This is all the same new 52 universe, just all
Right.
with their old memories.
Okay, well, Superman
So this-
is alive
no,
in this
'cause
universe, so
There is a Superman. I know it was last year or a year before. Old Superman from Earth 1 made his way into the new 52 somehow with Lois.
I think they said
with
he
their
was
kid
he
in
was
it.
always there, but he just didn't remember.
Yeah, but
or
wasn't he
something.
there with his kid though? Like him, his kid, Lois, and Crypto. And then Crypto died.
I can't
And then the
follow
new
this.
Superman had cancer and he died.
Yeah, he went the way of All-Star Superman.
Yeah, and then this Superman took over for him. So no Lois so no Wonder Woman Superman relationship.
Right. Is that still canon? I guess it is.
I don't know.
In the beginning of the new 52, it is.
Well, look, as far as we
After-
know from
no.
Rebirth, this version
Right?
of Superman
Yeah.
is still with
Oh.
Lois Lane, and his parents died when he was young instead of Martha living on to
And
of
we
course,
do
be
know
the driving factor of Batman v Superman: Dawn of
from
Justice.
the from the whole Oz Effect storyline that Dr. Manhattan kept Jor-El alive from the explosion of Krypton, and he was messing with him
Sure.
for some unknown
Well, I mean,
reason.
he kept Wally in the Speed Force.
Oh.
So look, as we knew from the button, Dr. Manhattan is the god of the DC universe, of the main DC universe continuity.
He's
in
even
Rebirth
bigger
and
than the
I
new
guess
gods.
52. Yeah, obviously he's an omnipotent being. He's legitimately
Step on that
unfathomably
wolf.
powerful. So
My man.
Doomsday Clock was basically hinting that this is how the Watchmen universe and the main DC universe is going to come together. You know, Rorschach and Ozymandias.
Right now.
Over
Okay.
me.
Overused.
Extremely.
Fucking beat you.
You can leave now.
I'll walk in.
Okay, so
Doctor Art, the God of Blood.
yeah. So
First
I mean,
issue, pretty good.
it was really good. Yeah,
It felt like a Watchmen
great way
comic.
to start it off. Jeff Johns completely captured Alan Moore's style. Like you would think it was Alan Moore writing it if you knew nothing about Doomsday Clock going in. But yeah, no, brilliant way to start this series.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a limited run. I plan to collect every issue.
12
so-
issues.
Mhm.
I'm assuming one per month, so a year.
That was my assumption. I googled it, and I believe that is the assumption that most of the universe is.
So the main point is that the Watchmen world is on the brink of total and infinite war. Speaking of infinite wars, Infinity War trailer.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
on the Marvel side of comics, we have the new announced World War Hulk 2. So that, because we're just going to repeat
Yeah, I
all
don't
of
pay
our old
attention to Marvel
stories.
comics, but okay.
And then
Marvel's
there's
running out of
also
ideas.
Yeah.
Marvel's out of ideas.
they just killed Vision's daughter in one of the
Who
recent
gives a
new
fuck?
Avengers.
I didn't know he had one.
You say that, but no one gives a shit about Dr. Manhattan either.
I don't
So
give a shit
That's
about
not true.
Dr. Manhattan.
we're just going to report on the other
Watchmen's
side
like
of
one
Marvel.
of the most beloved comics of all time.
Here's how you get people to care. Dr. Manhattan versus One Punch Man. Who wins?
Oh God.
Now that's
No, that's
like,
hard because
that's literally like an immovable.
because
object
Saitama never
hitting.
makes it. He never gets to touch him.
Who doesn't get to touch?
Saitama never makes it Dr. Manhattan.
No,
Dr. Manhattan would destroy him in the instant he saw him.
But he
Yeah.
has to win in one punch.
I mean,
That's the whole deal.
thing about One Punch Man is that he's literally an unbeatable character.
He's a parody.
so massively
Yeah.
overpowered. That
He's
he
a
can-
parody of Goku and Naruto.
Yeah, and the joke is that like he's so overpowered that he's mocking
Bored.
these overpowered characters.
he's bored.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
anyone who's seen One Punch Man knows he's incapable.
And
of
anyone
losing
who's
a fight.
actually
That's the
read
whole
it and
gimmick.
kept up with it
Yeah.
beyond shows, because
Well, I've
you're
read
the
all
real
the
anime
manga,
fans.
I'm sure you've
Manga.
read some of the
Manga.
fans that I haven't.
Same
gotten
thing.
into,
If
but-
you're a weeb out there, then you know that all One Punch Man has done in the recent issues is just kind of moan how bored he is.
Hey, don't badmouth the weebs. They'll come after you in force.
Yeah, I'm on
Come
the
after
whole,
me, you fucking
I'm on the whole like
weeaboos.
mixed
Come
martial
on.
arts tournament where the one former student of what's his name is just sort of
I identify as Chinese.
whatever.
Anyway,
So,
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to
Gonna
react to that
fucking
trailer?
wreck
Because
him.
again, I wish Jack was here because I actually watched that trailer with him the day it came out, and he
describe
lost
his
shit.
reaction in detail.
So
Yeah.
So first of all, when he saw the Guardians trailer,
We'll
or
put a
when he saw
reaction to
the
this.
picture of Jack.
when he
somewhere.
saw the
Look this way,
Guardians
'cause on
reference,
the
and I wish I
camera,
had a picture of
I've
this,
been
his
staring off
reaction was
screen
something
the
along the
entire
lines
Yeah,
of,
I'm like right.
"Oh my God, yes, yes!" He was like crying tears of joy. It
Has
was
he
amazing. I've never
watched
seen
any of
anyone
the?
so happy.
Has he even seen like Spider-Man or?
He's not seen any of the Marvel movies from this year. He's been keeping up with the Marvel movies as a whole. I know he saw at least most of the Phase 1 and Phase 2 movies, so whatever. I know he's
Yeah,
a fan.
somehow
I know he
people feel
likes
like
the
they can
MCU.
just-
I know he watches the series.
What?
I think he watched.
People don't watch
most
the
of
full
Punisher
movies
already.
and
I
then they
think he
jump
watched
into
about
a
as much
giant
as I
team
did,
up.
So,
Yeah, and then like, what the fuck?
We'll
Yeah,
see if
that'll
we
be a
can
good
do
question
this.
for Jack
If
when
people
we
can skip
see it.
entire movies and then watch like the team ups, why can we not bring the Agents of Shield in and Daredevil and the Defenders?
Nobody wants Agents of Shields.
I want
fuck
Quake.
It'd just be a lot of
Quake
characters.
destroyed the Earth and
Screw
Agent.
her.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen Agents of Shield season 5.
Okay,
No,
so
I
do
don't
we
want
want to
any of
react to that
crossing
trailer?
over.
If they did, though, it'd be
I don't like
a
that.
ton of
I don't like
characters.
I don't even like their Ghost Rider. That's not Johnny Blaze.
You're right. That's not.
Bring back Nicolas Cage. Am I
He
the only
was
one
in
who
the-
likes
Truth be
he was
told,
in
I
the
really
show, though.
liked like the first Ghost Rider movie. Like I actually, really loved it. It was like my favorite superhero movie when it came out.
And then Nicolas Cage went and pissed fire all over you on the sequel.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Just
I-
so
it
much
was-
It was
fucking
too Nicolas Cage for Nicolas Cage.
It was good CGI though.
His face-
A B C D E F G
Well,
H
so
I
that
J
and
K L M N O P.
National Treasure and Snowden are the three Nicolas Cage movies I can actually watch and
which
enjoy.
which national treasure though?
First one.
You mean you don't like
Well,
the
they're
sor-
all-
Nope!
You like
The one where they
You don't
steal
like
the
the
Declaration of
Sorcerer's Apprentice?
Independence.
We're gonna do that.
you know, I actually never
With-
saw
with
the
that
I'm
Sorcerer's
going to
I know
kidnap
he
the
likes
President of the
Jay.
United States.
Who?
That actor Jay who was in This Is the End.
Oh, Jay Baruchel?
Yeah.
He was in that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't mind him. It's Canadian
It's
as
a
fuck,
joke
I
that
don't
nobody
mind
likes.
He was a joke
Okay.
in The Sorcerer's Apprentice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Infinity War.
Yeah, do you want to react to that
Uh,
trailer just so we can refresh ourselves? It's been about a week since
I
I've seen
don't think
it.
we have enough room to watch it.
Yeah, I
Do
can
we?
bring the table.
Yeah, we need a table.
There was an idea
An idea.
to bring together a group of remarkable
Oh look, all the
people
actors are narrating it.
to see if
And yet
we
there's
could
no Nick
become
Fury in this.
Something more.
He was
Sam
just in the
Jackson's
beginning.
contract
Is this
right
gonna be
now.
that gonna be a dream sequence?
Yeah, he only had 9 films.
Oh, that's a shame. He wasted one of them
There's
on Winter
Thor on
Soldier.
the ship.
Oh wait, is
No,
this
he was
Icon in
the
this
second
trailer?
Look, Hulkbuster.
That they never could.
Her eyes look off.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't like
Why
that
does she have
blonde.
blonde hair? That's
Her
like.
I mean, they
eyebrow.
went under deep cover. I get that. That's the same reason Steve Rogers grew the beard, which is really awesome.
Dun,
We'll
dun.
say this spell sequence is pretty fucking amazing.
I like the theme. It's good.
Kind of
Did
reminds
you-
me of the Uncharted.
Did you hear how Justice League tried to copy this theme?
You will know what it's like to
We'll
Tony
say,
and Strange.
Come on,
as
Dan.
much as I thought the Doctor Strange movie was really formulaic, I
Ooh.
really
Spider
Yep,
sense
Spider Sense is awesome.
is tingling.
I really love the character.
What the fuck is that? Who put that there?
That looks like a giant hamster
It's
wheel.
a warp tunnel, but I want to know.
It looks like
It's the warp pipe from Mario.
it's a hamster wheel.
Loki giving the Tesseract to Thanos.
Or is he?
There it is.
See, that's what CGI should look like.
There's old prune
That's not
face.
CGI. That's really him.
No, it's not.
Yes, that's really
That's
big
Steve Cole. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And there's Iron Spider, the shittiest costume they could have
Is that a
chose.
Stargate?
and to get this man.
I like to kill him in this position.
And get this man a shaver.
I like the beard.
Hulkbuster is
Yeah,
coming
no,
to fuck up
beards are
Hulk.
cool.
Dun, dun.
Love Doctor
Ooh.
Strange.
I think we're gonna see them fight on like
Is
different
that an
fronts.
alien?
Yeah, no, I think
Damn,
there's gonna be, like,
Spider-
three
is
different
Spider-Man
stories
fighting,
going on at once
Thanos?
here.
That's definitely an alien. Oh, by Vision.
By Vision.
Oh, by Vision.
Ah, Vision.
Does put a smile.
This is good CG villain.
Yeah.
Good CG.
That's like
You
that's
really
a
whacked me
Stay
in the
down,
face.
Tony.
that's
Like,
a
I
good
need
simile
to
for
shit
like
go
getting
against my
weight
skin.
for
He's
weight
a piece of
having
shit.
killed.
He deserved that.
Who, Tony?
Yeah. Fucking deserves this. And Hulk. Oh, but doesn't Black Panther look off? Doesn't his costume look like too fat in the face?
I don't know. I don't really care enough about Black Panther.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
this is the scene where Jack got like weepy. Who the hell are you guys?
Hell, you guys.
With eye patch.
Something's wrong. Star Lord's mustache is
Here's
And,
the-
white.
and then I bet right after that he says, "Star Lord, man."
No. This is what's gonna happen.
Star-Lord, man.
His
You know what they're
mustache
gonna-
is gonna
no,
be
you
on.
know what
It's
they're
gonna be
say?
CGI'd off.
No. You know what they're
I don't
gonna
know
s-
if the Russo
guys,
brothers
guys,
have enough of his
you know what they're
humor
gonna
to put that
say?
in.
You just walked right in front of my head.
We're the guardians
well.
of the
No,
freaking
well,
galaxy.
I just broke the fourth wall.
You're all missing one huge thing.
Yeah.
What are they all gonna say to Thor?
I am Groot.
Nothing, because he can't understand them.
Who,
They
the
all have
Guardians?
things in their ears that let them translate language,
Okay.
but he doesn't.
Right.
So how is he gonna understand what they're saying?
Well,
Oh,
he's,
yeah, that's a good
no
Chris
one on
Pratt
Earth
or,
is- only
Star-Lord
only
speaks
Star-Lord
No, no, no,
can
no.
understand-
Well, Star Lord does speak English.
yeah, but the rest of them don't.
What about
I'm sure they'll figure
wait?
something
What about
out.
Mantis? Can't Mantis get inside your head?
They don't
they
have to.
put the transmitter in.
Wait, what about
3D in
Mantis?
all of them,
maybe
okay?
maybe it also
Great.
synthesizes a voice.
Yeah.
Could Mantis
Like in
do
Star
it?
Trek, every single species in the universe speaks English. I don't think so.
Oh no.
Sure.
That's what the little.
So when
thing
he
is
says
for.
like, "Who the hell are you guys?" Groot's just gonna be like,
No, he'll say I'm
and
Groot.
Rocket's gonna be like,
No. The idea is that Groot, what he says, actually it sounds like
"I am Groot." Yeah.
no
I
matter
am
what it
Groot.
is.
No, wait. That's the
there's a-
translators, and the translator, like when you take it, when you don't have the translator,
No,
Groot
actually-
actually speaks English.
Actually, they're speaking full sentences.
It's like, I'm Groot. These are my friends. We're the guardians of the
He does
galaxy.
speak full sentences. It's just his vocal cords got so hardened. Is it that his vocal cords are so hardened that the only thing their species can say is "I am Groot"?
I
With
don't
the
give a shit.
translator on,
Okay.
yes.
It's fiction.
Just yeah. Okay.
I'm not
But
gonna
they
analyze
speak
it. that heavily.
full-fledged sentences.
Sure.
I really want that though. It's like the if you don't have a translator, Groot actually really speaks English. He doesn't just say "I am Groot." He like
Yeah,
talks in
that's-
full
You know, I'm
sentences.
gonna go with
Okay.
that theory.
Honestly,
I would love that to happen.
my
It's just
prediction
like you
is
take
that
it
there's
off, you're
going to
like,
be
"Oh, hi,
absolutely no
my
mention
name's
of it,
Groot."
and they're just going to be speaking fluent English the entire time,
You
and
mean
no
like
one's
in-
and people
You
are
mean
going to
like
fuck
in Avengers when they all could talk to each other, although none of them put fucking headsets on.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah.
And fans are going to get pissed
Makes me
off, but
think.
who the fuck cares about
Fans aren't gonna
anyway?
get pissed off. Fans are gonna accept it
All
because
right.
it's comics.
So,
Okay.
what do we think
And it's Marvel.
that's going to happen in the movie based off the trailer? I think that
Well,
this is
for-
going to be a battle
Well,
fought
I'm
on
guessing.
different-
So I'm
Hey,
guessing.
wait. I think it's going to be a battle fought on different fronts. I don't think you're going to see them all on the
Yeah.
screen.
No, I think at the
Well,
end they're
no,
gonna get
definitely
all
not.
get
I
hung
feel like
together.
the end might have all of them coming
the end-
together.
It'll have
and
all
then
their
the
dead
fourth
bodies.
movie will happen. They're gonna
Yeah,
like
I-
end with them all coming together, and the fourth movie's gonna happen. And that's when they're all together, like
no,
going
the fourth
after.
movie is mostly flashbacks because two people die in this. Two people are gonna be gone by the end of the third one. And
Do you have any
the second
predictions?
I'm
as
gonna
to
guess-
who, or-
Iron Man
It's
and
Tony
Captain
and
America.
Cap.
Oh, I'm guessing Vision,
Cap's
and
not- well,
Vision,
one-
and
I think only one
either
of them's
Cap or
gonna die,
Iron
one of
Man.
them's gonna retire.
'Cause Vision, I
Vision's
think-
gonna
I know-
use the sun
well, I'm
stone
guessing
like
Tony's
he does
gonna
in
die
the
based
comics.
on
He's
the
gonna have the
trailer. I'm
solar
guessing
stone.
Vision's
Two
That's how
two
it survives.
conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? Solar stone in the comics is what Vision uses in his forehead, right?
Mind
Isn't that-
Stone.
Yeah.
No.
No.
The
Well,
Mind Stone's not what he used.
Well, that's
Soul
what they
Stone?
call- yeah,
Soul.
No,
yeah.
he doesn't use any of the Infinity Stones.
Oh, in the comics?
Yeah, he
no.
has he has a Solar Stone. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's
Okay.
something else.
Yeah, so he could replace that easily. Vision's not dead forever.
Well,
it will be
at least in the-
definitely.
But-
But
Well, I'd
well, in
rather
the
he would-
context of the
would be in the movie.
MCU, like for all we know, that's all that's keeping him alive. You know,
he's a robot. They can.
he's an android.
Yeah, but
I
that thing
also
is
heard
what
there was
gives
this
him the
whole
soul.
big rumor that like somehow
human
like
as well.
Scarlet
like
Witch
it's
in the
programmed
movie.
into him now.
Whatever.
I heard this
Well,
rumor
yeah.
that Scarlet Witch might
That
be
just
like
reduces
one of the
the
main
stakes.
villains in like the next Avengers
You mean
She's
movie.
not-
no?
yeah, she's
You, Tony and
not
Cap are
true.
gonna die because they need to die.
One of them is going to die. One of them is going to retire.
Marvel
That's
can't
my
afford-
prediction. Not sure who.
Cap's
I'm guessing
gonna-
based
Cap.
on that.
I bet it's Cap.
Cap's
Because-
gonna die and Tony's gonna retire.
Yeah.
You know why?
I mean, he took kind of.
No,
beat.
actually, I think it's gonna be the other way around. I think Cap's gonna retire, give the shield to Bucky.
Uh,
Tony's gonna die, and that's why Cap
Bucky
retires.
or
Robert
Tony
Downey
had-
Jr. Didn't
Tony
Robert
started
Downey
the
Jr.
whole
sign
thing.
like a
Or
contract
Falcon.
Bucky would be a
recently?
better Captain America. that's
Tony
all.
dying
Of
is
course.
gonna. Tony's dying sets the entire pace for the Marvel universe going on because he started it, and then if he dies, Peter has to think for himself. He has to move forward by himself.
Peter?
All the other Avengers
right.
can't rely on Stark to come save them all.
Well,
There's two
can-
Peters
So-
now.
I
Okay,
think
so that
Cap
would
should
usher-
die in this one,
that
and then
would
the
usher
next
MCU
one,
into-
Iron Man
into an
dies.
entirely new phase. But I mean, so yeah, I think that's an interesting way of carrying out the MCU. I feel like Iron Man being one of the heavy hitters of Marvel, you know, that'd completely change the direction of the MCU for
Hulk
Avengers
dies.
4. Hulk's not gonna die.
Hulk just
but,
gets launched into space again.
He's like
Away
grabs
with
Black
you.
Widow. You're coming with me this time.
I'm really anxious to see. Like, I'm hoping Infinity War
Thor's
is just
gonna retire,
not just
too.
a way of them resetting the MCU.
I bet all six,
Thor will
the
retire-
six,
retire.
the six
Thor's gonna
original
go back
maybe.
to
ones are gonna
Asgard and
retire.
Odin.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
The-
So anyway, the reason why Eric
well, what
is
the
now-
hell? Where am I?
He's now teleported into a new
Whoa.
dimension.
What the hell? Where am I, Mike?
Because
John
you
and
fucked us
CJ.
over with the memory card on this
Daddy?
DSLR.
Someone
Son?
Daughter? Mom? Because I can't say mommy.
Okay, you know, we've
Richard
been going
Donner?
on for a while already. Let's just talk Crisis on Earth X.
Garbage. Not really. It was the best show that
Yeah,
DC's
honestly,
done.
the
I like
CGI
it.
It's
was probably
better
the
than
best,
Justice
CW's ever
League.
had.
It was probably better than Justice League.
I haven't
overall.
seen it, but that's
I
what I've
know,
heard.
like-
Not CGI wise, because God was that fucking awful watching Firestorm and the Ray. Try to like they pause midair and for a second, fire one bolt and fly away. Like God, fucking you could have won them all.
Hi, my name is Ray. Oh, what's your superhero code name?
They call
Ray?
it the Ray.
No,
Ray the
Ray.
Ray, who fires
Ray.
rays.
The Ray.
at Star Wars character Ray.
Does
Ray
his
the Ray
costume
who
not
fires
look like
rays
the
at them.
Guardian though, like Guardians from the comic. Like not the whole
whose
like
costume?
not like Jimmy.
Ray's costume?
Yeah, doesn't he look like what Guardian should look like? Not like Jimmy Olsen looks like.
Jimmy Olsen looks like the Night Thrasher.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
from
Guardian.
Marvel.
Guardian. I mean, the Ray looks more like Guardian than Guardian does.
Yeah. Captain Cold looks a little flamboyant.
And I
Oh.
understand why Superman wasn't there because, she never went back to Earth 38 and got him or said anything. They're just like, oh, we're going to a wedding. Why the fuck would I bring my superpowered cousin or the leader of my company, of the secret organization?
Well, he did just get resurrected.
Not in the
What,
DC
Supergirl?
TV.
Yeah, but in DC's mind, they can't use him.
But
That's
they-
why.
Yeah.
That's why conveniently those episodes of Arrow, you see Deathstroke leave, and spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, just go watch it.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
the post-credits scene of Justice League is we see Deathstroke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where he went.
Yeah.
But it's,
yes, exactly.
He's
It's
like, I have to
weird
go on a yacht. I'll be
because-
back in a bit.
yeah.
let's all
Good
face
luck,
it.
kid.
The DC TV characters are severely underpowered. Green Arrow has
Yeah.
more power than he should have. Flash is
You mean like when they
Flash
hit?
goes so fast he
Flash is
can
only
run
as
through
fast
time.
as the plot demands.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
go through time, but the Ray is just as fast as him.
Yeah, it's just when you try
Green
to apply
and
logic
Red
to
Tornado.
DCTV.
Oh, that was good though. Red Tornado. He was
Yeah.
so much better
Oh, yeah.
looking than he did in the Supergirl.
Yeah, it looked better, but
Well, they made him
her
more
character was
robotic.
completely boring in this.
But here's the thing: like Oliver and friends, they hit people wearing like multiple layers of body armor. They just go like, boop, like, and they go, "Ugh," and
Like I
just
can
die
see why it
permanently.
took Green Arrow to took down Dark Arrow, or why it took Flash to take down Reverse Flash, or Supergirl to take down Ultra Girl, or whatever her name was.
I think it was Overgirl, but it should have been.
Overgirl.
It should have been
Overgirl.
Ubergirl.
But like,
Well, you know,
The rest of
German
them,
word for
Firestorm?
Superman is Übermensch.
Yes.
and if Supergirl's
Thank you,
stronger than
Nietzsche.
Superman, then God, this.
No,
Oh, God.
she's not in the
Well,
context of.
why the hell is Oliver the Führer?
Yeah,
Seems
so
kind of
I mentioned that
convenient.
briefly. Like, if
Wait.
Hitler actually lived long enough that,
And he made fun of Hitler
he had
too.
his
Like he
Joseph.
was like Hitler's
Yeah,
weak.
How could they diss Hitler if it's a Nazi world?
Well, if
They're
he's
like,
the Fuhrer.
Führer was weak and childish. What?
Well, I mean, they're
Yeah,
kind
that-
of,
yeah.
Because the
they're
one
kind
who's
of
in
implying that
love
showing respect for anyone or showing any sort of compassion is weakness. So
No,
it
I
makes
feel like
sense
it's-
that-
says the
I
one
feel like
that's in love with fucking Overgirl.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like this. It's like the writers are so, I don't know, politically whatever they are. They're like, even these Nazis hate Nazis.
they're social.
They didn't want to like
justice
see.
and
They didn't want to have their actors like worshiping.
I
Hitler.
hate Nazis.
And I feel like Captain Cold, they made him gay
Citizen
just
Cold.
as another reason for him to not be on the Nazi side. It's like, why
Citizen
couldn't
Cold.
he just, I don't care. Why couldn't he just be a hero? Why did he have to also be gay? Because
Well, I mean, the
in this
guy
world, they
playing him
gas
is-
gays, I guess.
I mean, the guy playing him is.
because you needed
gives them
someone
some
in
sort
there
of
for to
motivation
feel
to
compassion for.
side it against him in the first
Besides
place.
Jews and everyone else, you had to feel bad for
Well,
anyone
fucking
who was
the
gay,
Nazis
too.
killed fucking anyone who wasn't an Aryan.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, they themselves weren't all Aryans.
Yeah, I know. But,
Hitler wasn't.
Yeah, ironically enough.
Oh, the comment
Oh,
though from Lance to his daughter.
Yes, I love.
When he was like, "You're so
Nazi
beautiful.
Lance.
Why are you not with us?" And then she was like, "Because I like men and women." He was like, "Oh, my daughter shared those same sentiments, and I will crush you like I crushed her."
No, he said, I expunged the filth from my family.
God, you see the moment, like you can see his acting, like he almost feels compassion. Then he's like, "Nah, you're all a piece of shit below me."
Yeah, I think it really.
Paul Blackthorne is
He's a great actor.
also, he's the only one that did a German accent. Everyone else,
Yeah,
is
what was
like,
up with that?
It's like he didn't get the memo.
But I like how it shows that, like, underneath all of these things, people who were, what would you say, part of, the Nazi army, they might have been not fully with it, but just because it's for the fatherland, they convince themselves that they're doing the right thing.
What I liked is Metallo being on the other side because instead of turning every hero into a bad guy, it was nice to see that there were some actual villains on that
Metallo,
side,
just
not just
Metallo.
Prometheus and Tommy.
Why the hell was Earth 1 Eobard there? That's not explained.
Well,
don't know.
Earth won
And
the ray.
why did he?
How did the ray get there?
Like, don't think about it. But,
Oh wait, no, he
go-
he explained how. He said that
Did they-
he
did
knew how they got to that universe because he had gone
Wasn't
through
it
it.
through like that rift? Or
I think they took him.
why? Whatever. I don't know.
He
It's
was
fucking
just
Nazi world.
he was just that beamingly gay that they said we have to get rid of this guy.
Okay, so
He's like, and then they said any
the other
Earth
thing
that could
really
spawn
bugged
this
me
guy.
about Eobard, and the explanation they gave for really pissed me off. Why the fuck did he have Harrison Wells' face again?
Oh,
Is
because
he
that's what
wanted
he
to.
wanted to wear.
I
See,
guess
they
Such
displaced him
stupid
between.
explanation. They
Well,
couldn't get Matt Lusher to be
it-
there, so they got fucking.
Is this the
Tom
one
Cavanaugh,
that-
you know?
although
Now,
it
the
was a nice
question
return.
is, the question
Yeah,
is, did
whatever.
this Reverse Flash already fight the Legends, or is that another version of him that hasn't?
I'm
Another version.
assuming he already fought him because he kind of made reference.
But he
to
got
the fact
killed
that
by
he
the
got-
by Black Flash.
Yeah, and he
the
got
end of
killed
that.
by Barry too. He got non-existed by Barry too. There's just
I mean,
That's
during
the
Flash,
thing,
doesn't apply any sort of
Barry.
logic to time travel. if
Okay,
false.
The
so
more you time
here's
travel,
here's
the
the,
less it
here's the
applies to
story
logic.
of Eobard. There was the time in season 2 when he came, when it was an earlier version of him that came and
Sure.
met Barry.
Mhm.
Barry sent him back to the future. Then we pick up at the beginning of season 1 where he came and 15 years earlier killed Barry's mom and all that.
Mhm.
Waited out, built.
And Barry kills Eddie Thawne, so
Yeah.
that he'll never exist. Or
And
I thought-
then-
no, he killed himself.
Real.
Yeah.
Then Flashpoint happens. So Reverse Flash is trapped in the cage for all those years.
Mhm.
And then
Well, not
they-
all those years, all those months. It wasn't.
was it only months?
Yeah.
Because I would say it was the 15 years since Barry caught him.
Well, I think it's implied that he brings him back to the present.
Let's just
Well,
let's
hold
can
on,
we
hold on. We have to
okay.
continue the timeline then.
Go ahead.
Because then they help set the world back to whatever order they can, which involves changing everything.
So wait, do you think?
And
him-
then
No.
he goes to the Legends,
Mhm.
and he gets killed
so
by
that's
them
what
by bringing the Black Flash after him. But then he appears in this, and I have no clue which version of the timeline he's from.
I mean, he implies that he went back to having normal Eobard thoughts.
But he also
and
killed
this is
Superman.
post-Flash, but that
No, he
doesn't make
didn't.
sense 'cause, whatever.
That's just mildly implied.
I don't know. Like, logically, it just doesn't make sense. But basically, anytime you apply time travel to the DC TV universe, it just doesn't work. So,
But anyway, what are you two going to say?
Let's just talk about how stupid Barry Allen is. So, how many times has
Oh,
he
that
caught
just lets
the
him
reverse?
go.
How many times has he caught the Reverse Flash? So then he lets him kill his mother. He doesn't kill him after he runs back in time after letting him kill his mother. Then after he saves him, he resets the timeline that he made happy just because Wally West was about to have a broken arm or something stupid like that. And then he has him dead to rights again.
To be fair,
and
in defense of Barry in that move, I think Wally getting injured was sort of his wake-up call, realizing that he shouldn't be messing with time. It was greater than
his.
just
The
that.
world
That
was
just
fine
the
though.
catalyst. Whatever. Keep
Other
going.
than well, that's the
But
problem.
he
with
knew
season
that
3.
he shouldn't be controlling his own fate, or he shouldn't be controlling.
And then
world's
the whole
I don't
time he was
understand that
feeding.
after they repair
he
it,
was
why
feeding
doesn't he
his
just
mortal
like,
enemy.
kill
who
him
was
like
the reason
they
why
stab him in
this
the
all
back,
happened.
just like that?
Because that's exactly what John's getting
And?
at. Why did they not hurt him?
And then at the end, after he fights him in this bizarro X world, he catches him, and he's like, do it, Flash, end it. And then Flash literally just goes, nah,
No,
get out
didn't
of
he
here.
say no matter what you do, I'll come back?
Get out of here.
Yeah, what's
Didn't he
his-
say like he'll come back regardless?
Yeah, he says, I look forward
Then
to our
kill
next
him
meeting."
anyway. Like, what the fuck?
He
Like,
ju-
if he
he's
keeps
just-
coming back no matter what, then killing him has no consequence.
Like,
He literally just
I'm
says, "Get out of
upset
here."
that we now have Reverse Flash and Zoom in the DC TV instead of having Dr. Zoom
You
or
mean
Professor
Zoom
and Reverse Flash as the same character. But then Zoom
It's
got
heavily
taken-
implied that Professor
I
Zoom
just wonder,
and
so
Zoom
for
are two
Reverse Flash,
different
if he
characters.
keeps coming back,
Yeah,
could
they
they
just
just
had-
like
Yeah.
But Hunter Zolomon
They just changed the names.
didn't.
Or rather,
They reversed their personalities. Like Hunter Zolomon had the personality of Eobard, and
Yeah.
Eobard originally had the personality of Hunter, because
Well-
Hunter tried to improve Wally, whereas Eobard was just there.
no,
to tear
Reverse
down.
Flash is like he is in the comics. He just hates Barry Allen because he's obsessed with them. Hunter Zolomon apparently was obsessed with making Wally West a better Flash, so he
So he
kept trying
killed.
to. Yeah, he kept trying to give him tragedies to overcome, which that sounds kind of nuts.
I don't know. Again, like
Then there
when
was
you throw
Savitar.
these supervillain plans into practice, it just-
And then Savitar
Well-
became the dumbest, most nonsensical villain of
Yeah.
all time. Utterly goddamn.
There's a
nonsense.
trend.
yeah.
Here's a trend in DC TV. There's the first season, which everyone loves. The 2nd
Mhm.
season, which does a little improvements on it, throws some new references out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arrow season 2, you get Roy Harper becoming
Mhm.
the Red Arrow at the end,
That was so
or
great.
Yeah.
at the end of
That's true.
Flash season 2, you have Zoom becoming Black Flash and all these other different references to Wally. Wally showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I honestly thought the first season. of
Supergirl
Flash
season
was-
2, we had Mon-El, we had Superman come in. Then
Mhm.
season 3, they throw in an enemy that's the first season you get the enemy that's like their arch rival. Then you get the second season enemy, which is pretty good. You have a pretty
Mhm.
good enemy there, and then the third season you get an enemy that's either the character themselves
Yeah.
or someone very, very specifically close to them. Fourth season you get someone who's completely different,
Mhm.
someone that's not usual, as in Damien Dark or the Thinker.
Yeah, that bugged me.
And then you get season 5, where eventually you get back to your roots, and then season 6,
Yeah.
you have no clue who your villain is.
Yeah.
Who is the villain on Flash season 6? Is
You
it
mean Arrow?
Arrow. Yeah.
Oh,
Arrow's on seasons.
Who is the villain in the future on Flash?
well, I'm wondering who the
Tell me
villain
Barry
in Flash
Allen.
No,
season
the
6
villain
is gonna
of
be, too.
the villain in Arrow season 6 is the
Hacker and Black
the freaking
Siren?
guy from Lost.
Yeah, the guy from
Oh.
the Hacker and Black Siren,
Ben
who are
from
not
Lost.
a threat compared to Prometheus.
Really?
Yeah.
Prometheus is so much darker, and Vigilante being fucking Black Canary's ex-partner.
You know, apparently, Vigilante.
Fucking pissed me off.
when
DC.
when I first looked him up and found out that was his name, I'm like, he doesn't look like the cowboy from Justice League Unlimited. But then I found his comic book appearance, and he looks like the guy in Arrow. So, the cartoon got it wrong this time, but it's still cool. I
I'm
guess,
just glad Constantine is on Legends, Snart is back on Legends,
for a few episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
and then hopefully they get someone cool to fill in the gap that was.
Now
left
they have
by
2 gay
Dr. Martin
characters in the
Stein's.
roster.
Why? Who's the other
Spoiler!
one? Oh, yeah,
Sarah.
Sarah Lance.
Stein is
obviously.
dead.
No, what about
Gone.
Green
Yeah,
Arrow's
that
partner,
pissed me
the
off.
other
Like,
dude? I can't
so
remember
I
his
will
name.
say, first of all, I was pissed.
He's
I was
Felicity's
really
friend,
pissed off
the-
when
remember-
Snart sacrificed
Oh,
himself the first
him.
time. Like he
Terrific.
was.
I cannot
at that
remember
point
his
my
name.
second favorite character on the show. Unsurprisingly, Victor Garber's character Stein was my favorite character in Legends.
I liked
And,
Ronnie Raymond. Gone. I
Yeah.
liked Martin Stein.
Like
gone.
they're taking away all the
Ah.
good characters. Why? Why are they pissing off the fans like
Well, I
this?
mean, Victor Garber went back to Broadway.
Because
Yeah, and I
I just thought
respect him.
maybe the
but-
actors are finding out Mike's whole summary of like what happens for each
It's
DC show, and
because
they're like,
you can't have anyone. It's a comic book show, so that's kind of based in a reality sense. If you try to keep what
Yeah,
Arrow
obviously
did.
no one stays dead, but they're not. really
Mhm.
I
good
mean,
characters
they're all
anymore.
staying dead now, except for alternative dimensions.
Yeah.
because they got
Well,
rid
yeah,
of
that's how
the-
they brought back Snark.
What was the
and
pool
that's
called?
Fine.
Can't
whatever.
remember what the League of Assassins pool is called.
Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, the Lazarus Pit. That's gone.
Oh, yeah.
So they can't
Yeah.
bring anyone back that way. Roy Harper is still out there somewhere. They're never gonna bring him back.
I thought he was going to come back
Speedy was
because
in a fucking coma.
yeah, I thought she was going to die, and then Roy Harper comes back, and that's why.
Well, they're not gonna get. And now Wally's gone. Like they have to get rid of people because they have. But at least we have.
They're like, guys, we have too many characters, too many subplots to write. We need more time for Iris.
Iris and Felicity need time, and Sarah needs to find a lover.
They need time
and
to
Alex
die.
Danvers needs to get over wanting to have a child.
Oh, well, that's Supergirl.
Whatever.
So
Yeah, I don't watch.
We don't.
I haven't watched.
And here's the
I don't
li-
watch that.
and
We do
here's
not
the
indulge
Legion of
in that.
Superheroes in Supergirl.
Oh, are they in it now?
The Legion of
I haven't,
Superheroes.
I
are
haven't started
now.
season
Okay,
3 yet.
good.
So
That's
you know, I
really
usually
good.
just wait till it's on Netflix.
Did you know there was a Legion of Superheroes cartoon?
Yes, I did know that.
Not remember.
They like it
Yeah,
starts
no, it
off.
was actually.
Remember that
I
really
remember
bad
it being
Avengers
decent.
cartoon?
I think it only lasted for like a
right.
season.
Not Earth's
though.
Mightiest Heroes, the other one.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it where they're fighting Thanos.
Like
and
honestly,
stuff.
that threw me off. Like Legion of Superheroes, I always got confused with Legends of Tomorrow and the Marvel show Legion. So
the
like,
Legends
just
of
all three-
Superheroes and the Legion of Tomorrow.
I don't know. Just the similar names throw me off. But yeah. So no, I remember it being a decent cartoon. It only lasted for one season, I believe. But
I think it had two, right?
So now
Did
we
it?
have the
It might
Justice
have.
Society.
The first season might
we
be
have the
short,
Legion
but,
of Superheroes.
I just remember it was way too short-lived for what it was.
and we have the Justice League headquarters.
and we have Bruce Wayne's house.
We have Bruce Wayne too. He was remember
Oh,
earlier
you mean in the
Arrow?
TV show?
Yeah, in Arrow they called him.
Yeah.
So we technically have the Justice League. They just need to say the name.
Yeah, it's not going to happen in DC.
They're
TV,
not.
But,
Do you guys think Batman will like make an
They-
appearance in this
They
universe?
finally said Bruce
I'm,
Wayne.
I'm
so-
thinking, and this is a long shot, but I feel like this could happen. They're gonna make Gotham Bruce Wayne, like all grown up Bruce Wayne in DC.
I don't know if Fox will cover
Bring
it.
it
Yeah.
in eventually.
I-
It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen, but
I want Wonder Woman now that they've already shown her homeland.
Oh, Themyscira. Yeah.
Hmm.
They,
That'll
we
be
ha-
it. That'll be like the third big three origin story: Smallville, Gotham, and then that.
I mean, there's
That
not
makes
gonna be a
No, I mean I want
DC
her to
TV
actually be in
Superman
the DC.
anytime soon.
But there's Black Lightning now, so they'll have another crossover to. Well,
Isn't
maybe
he in
next year.
his own universe apparently?
Yeah, he's in another own universe.
That's dumb. But I
Which
am looking forward
means
to that.
That there's another Oliver Queen in his universe, just like what's his name said. There's 52 versions of every character, so that means except when you go to Supergirl's Earth, where apparently Barry and all them are dead, because they
Didn't
never
exist.
existed.
I don't know.
But that means there is an Oliver Queen and all that on his Earth, and I hope there eventually will be a crisis. There will eventually be a crisis on multiple Earths. Hi, CJ's mom.
Hi, CJ's mom.
We have our first call-in guest.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
So what do you think about Crisis on Earth X?
Oh,
Hey, CJ.
This
Ask
footage
your mom
cannot
what
be
she's
found.
wearing.
CJ, pass the weed.
CJ, you can't chug all the tequila. We're 5-year-olds.
Oh man, I love this PCP.
Anyway, so now that
Um,
Mamos is out of the way,
I think the TV shows need to have their own Infinity
Yeah.
Crisis to
they're
bring all
going
these worlds
in 10
together.
years, in 2024.
This is why I'm just going to quit
That
life.
completely derailed me.
I'm sick of waiting. I'm
What
so
was
sick
his-
of waiting. Just do
What
it.
year is there supposed to be? What year is Barry supposed to create the
24.
Savitar clones?
Oh.
2019, right?
Is it? You think it's
I
gonna
don't
be in
know.
response to DeVoe something?
No, the Vo, something else is going to happen. Now that Barry
I don't know. I feel
knew
like
ahead of time.
Barry's- I feel like, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, just given the formula of DC, but I feel like Barry's smart enough now as a character to
No.
not make Speed Force clones, but he's gonna still. make
No,
Speed
Barry
Force
needs to think better and actually go the full. Hey, Barry, you've accomplished this whole thing where you can go faster than the speed of sound. Cool.
Where's
I'm gonna
Iris?
go as fast as whatever character I'm with, except for Oliver, who I will leave in the dust.
Do you like how in the crossover he's like, I'll go do recon. Now remember they said it's a heavily armed compound full of all these guards, so he does recon without getting noticed at all. Meanwhile, when he goes to DeVoe's house, he doesn't even notice that they have cameras there. He just walks right in really slowly like a moron.
Is
What?
anyone else wondering why there wasn't a Barry Allen on Earth X?
I think.
I bet he was just so dumb that they just euthanized him.
No, I think he was probably part
He
of
got
the
eugenics.
Actually, Reverse Flash might have got his wish and killed Barry early.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Or maybe Barry
Yeah, actually,
Allen
what
was
happened
still
to
a
the
good guy.
what actually happened to the original Earth X speedsters in general? 'Cause,
Actually, there was probably none because there was probably no metahumans. Because if you notice, the only
There's no Harrison Wells.
Well, I mean, think about it.
Harrison Wells.
I mean, just logically speaking, there must have been Barry must have existed on the main DC in the universe
on
that
Earth X, I do believe
I
he
guess it's
existed,
Earth 1 technically,
but
right?
I don't think he ever
where
became
the
Flash.
and
Okay,
Arrow and,
on these
Legends
Earths,
take place.
Harrison Wells is always responsible for the particle explosion that
Is
creates
he,
Barry,
though?
right?
Well,
Except on
yeah,
Supergirl's
I'm-
Earth, where there is no.
shit. I guess that's
No one there exists.
So I'm assuming this Harrison Wells just was for the
Well, I was about to
scientists
say, I
for the
figured
Nazis.
that
And don't
originally
forget that
before
Gypsy
I was
tracks
thinking.
down these people too.
So I was thinking before Reverse Flash got involved, Barry just got his powers on his own, like the traditional comic way, spill chemicals on himself while getting struck by lightning.
Well, that
How
was
about
still
that?
a third
In-
explosion.
In Justice League, he's not a what do you call forensic scientist yet, so no chemicals.
Right. So yeah, I mean,
We're gonna get an explanation.
They're gonna explain it somehow.
In the
sure.
Flash movie.
This is starting to feel like Force Awakens,
Flash.
But-
where there's just all things thrown out, nothing explained.
Okay.
So basically,
So basically,
Flash is weak when the plot calls for it, and then he's slow and fast whenever he wants.
So that's just bad
Mhm.
storytelling, but it's DC TV, so it's okay.
But anyway,
Honestly, I will say,
Except for Iris.
Flashpoint solo movie, I'm looking forward to.
I want to see the battle.
I'm really just hoping that it doesn't look exactly like the Flashpoint comics.
Everyone will be in it.
yeah.
Superman as Henry Cavill goes on that really cheap diet where he's like,
he pulls a Christian Bale and just drops 100
I
pounds.
do want to see what's his name still
Tom-
as Thomas.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That'd
And
be
then
comedian.
apparently
No, I'm not saying completely rewrite it. I just don't want it to completely destroy.
we're
the
going
DC
into
extended
the New
universe as
52
it's
after
very
that.
well. You think?
because they're gonna recast Batman.
No, we're
That's
gonna just.
what-
Yeah, I
whatever
heard about
rumors
that,
are saying
yeah.
that he is
I'm
going.
guessing they're
No-
not going to recast him.
knowing-
No, I've heard like
if
that.
Ben Affleck wants to step down from the role, if the rumors are true, it's going to be more organic than that. Like whoever's playing Nightwing in this universe will take over. Whoever's playing Damian in this
You
universe
think?
will take over.
Knowing
Something like
I
that.
just
Warner
heard that
Brothers-
like the dude who was
I'm
making
just
the,
saying,
the
if
new
they use
solo Batman movie
Flashpoint
doesn't
as
want
the
Ben
way
Affleck.
to replace Bruce Wayne in this
Well, they could
universe, it would
replace
be lazy
Superman
as
too.
fuck.
They could replace all of them if they wanted
Well,
to.
they're not going to.
Because
replace
Superman was younger when he became it this time.
Gal. Okay, then they're not going to replace Gal.
No, I think
No.
they because I mean technically Wonder Woman would still be the same age,
Mm-hmm.
but I
This-
think
this is-
Superman would become
Chronologically,
younger.
she still would have.
This is baseless speculation now.
It
I
is,
don't know.
but I
It's-
think
it's,
that
it's like 2 years
with
away.
what
at
they
this
did with their
point. They're
animated movies,
probably
they
have just
jumped
started writing
into the New
script,
52, and they've made a lot of movies since.
I
They did
didn't
a
like
few for
those.
the past ones. Like they did Flashpoint really well. The animation was great, and then
Yeah.
they jumped into Justice League. Yeah, Justice League
War.
War, and
Justice
then
League
Throne
War.
of the
Even that
Lands.
movie had freaking Darkseid. Come on.
Did you guys
Come
see Throne of
on,
the Lands?
DC.
No.
No.
I didn't really like the animation. It was too
Truth be
anime-ish.
told, I haven't watched a lot
I don't
of
know.
the DC animated films. Aside
The only
from,
one I've seen the
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint Paradox. But
This
that's
is
it.
something we ought to mention. There's a trailer out for something that's coming up called Batman Ninja.
No, we're not going to talk.
Oh
about
yeah, Batman's
it
a
looks
ninja.
cool.
I heard about
Garbage.
that.
It looks
Garbage,
cool.
Garbage.
Watch the
garbage,
trailer.
Garbage.
Except they're all samurai, so it should be called Batman
I will
Samurai.
Can we
fucking
do?
kill
Can
you.
we do a reaction
Watch it,
right
looks
now
cool.
for this?
Eric, you
No,
are out
I
of the
really
screen.
don't. Like
am-
honestly,
oh,
we've been
alright.
going for well over.
Can
half
we
an
do a
hour at this
reaction
point. We
for
should
this?
probably end it.
Check out the
How
trailer. It
long
looks
have
cool.
you been out of the
Okay.
screen?
Okay. Can I just say?
No, I lean in.
Joker dueling Batman with swords.
Can we please do a reaction
the
to this
music,
right now? I
plans
haven't
out.
I haven't seen this, but I've heard
Bye.
it. Can I please
Thank
see
you
this?
for having
I'm
us.
okay. I'm shutting off the recording.
Well,
Ah.